Hey, listen, man, listen. Welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. This is Thursday morning. You made it past Hump Day. Good stuff. For those of you just now tuning in, we uh, do this every morning, sometime around 10ish. Black Dragon Biker News Network, Biker News you can trust. Like, share, follow, and subscribe. We do biker news, and then of course we have this MC protocol stuff going on. So get in where you fit in, and we'll be glad to have you. All right, man. Getting into it here. All right. So you guys know that we had the reports on the yesterday and the day before with the dust up. I think we could call it good term dust up between the Vagos and the Hell's Angels out there on the freeway out there. I believe it was I-11, and I tell you, overwhelmingly, it is crazy. The very negative response this has gotten from the veteran community, as it was a Veterans Memorial Ride that everyone was attending that this happened on. And some of the um, responses I've got have been so angry and so virulent that I thought it would be. I think clubs should probably know that this is how people see what's going on with this kind of nonsense. And I think it's important because, as one of the uh, guests, one of the viewers said, motorcycle clubs have always enjoyed, especially outlaw motorcycle clubs, have always enjoyed this Robin Hood like love from the citizens, from the population. And even though police officers and law enforcement and the press and the media um, have made a lot of money out of uh, portraying us in a negative light in every situation that they can. Motorcycle clubs have gone largely unmolested because they still retain the support of the American people. It's not like gangs like Crips and Bloods and things like that, and mafia and stuff like that. Uh, Motorcycle clubs have largely been seen by the population as just a bunch of good old guys, uh, kind of like Rambos. Um, People could understand why Rambo took on the government, but this um, this this thing keeps people from this kind of like love affair with the outlaw biker, the easy rider, can easily turn. And if we lose the support of the population, if we lose the support of the people, then that's when you will truly see the draconian like crazy measures that 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 they're seeing in places like Australia. When the population turns against you, that's when motorcycle clubs have to be worried. And something like this, an event like this, where we are honoring our war dead, is something that can turn once you start turning veterans. I remember it was said that when Walter Cronkite turned against the war, that President Lyndon B. Johnson said, "Oh, we've lost the effort now. We've lost Cronkite." Um, I think clubs need to be aware of that. One of my guys says, I'm not one of the subscribers, and I tell you guys, I make this video because it was overwhelming. My email is blowing up. You should see some of the comments on this. My email's blowing up. My messages is blowing up. There's so many ways to get a hold of me, and people are outraged by this. One guy says, I'm not part of any club, but it's bullshit on effing Memorial Day. Then he throws a middle finger up icon. F them. They are no patriots of this country. Many have served on both sides, and they pull this shit. I'm pretty sure they were in the area for the same reason, for those who gave all so these asses could ride. Sorry about the rant, but but as a patriot, this pisses me off no matter who you are. And it goes on. People are quite upset about this. One guy said about me, it doesn't matter what that guy says. It won't change. That guy's a nobody. I am a nobody. I'm absolutely a nobody. But I can read. And all of the channels that cover these issues, except for me. You don't ever hear me getting on here saying, we should all get along. The other channels have done that. Hollywood, Danny D-Lo, Carlos, all the guys. Most especially Sos the Ghost. They have been running with this for a long time. I haven't been on that. I never got on that because, like that guy said, I'm a nobody. And ain't nobody gonna listen to me. I've been doing this my damn near entire adult life. I've been sitting in the motorcycle club world. I first came to the Black Sabbath as a hangaround in the summer of 1989. So I think I'm still in my 20s then. I need to count back. I'm 59 now. So I've always known I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody in this. Nobody care about me and my little club. What we do is we ride. That's what we do. We're not interested in none of that. But unfortunately, we ride with a patch on our back. So people don't know the difference between a 1%er and a riding club. They really don't. It's just like, do you know how to read graffiti? I damn sure don't. I don't. I don't know how to read graffiti. I'm told graffiti is an entire language. You can ride through a city and tell exactly where you are, whose territory you're in, who died last week, what the rules are for engagement. Just all of it's written on the walls, on the side of trains, painted up on trestles. But if you don't know that language, it's just some weird ass symbols on the wall. Well, that's pretty. That's nice. Well, that looks like some Aztec ruins over there. If you don't know what that stuff means, it doesn't mean anything to you. But you know it's graffiti. You know you're in a graffiti area. And you know what happens in graffiti areas. They don't know the difference between the quacking ducks. That's a mallard, and that over there, that's a goose, and those are geeses. And this is this kind of duck. All they know is they quack like ducks. They see you roll by with your ABC riding club. It's a patch on your back. All those people are the same. They come from the same culture. I'm in a graffiti area. It's all the same over here. I don't know that right there is art graffiti, and that right there is message graffiti. That right there is celebration graffiti, and that right there is you better not be in this area after dark graffiti. All I know is I'm in a graffiti area. So no matter who it is that messes it up for all of us, they mess it up for all of us. No matter who it is, they don't draw a delineation. And I'm going to show you in this next article how frightened they're becoming. One of my readers, one of my subscribers, Road Rider 19119, said, "At what age do you grow up? 66 and 46? Shooting it out like the damn Jets and the Sharks? I'm a vet. I'm a veteran. And I find it disgraceful. Have fun being a middle-aged man and a senior citizen in prison." Shaking my damn head. Somebody said, "I know you hate to say the word gang." He spelled it out in big letters. "When you do stupid shit like this, you deserve to be called a thug and a gang member. That crap is no different than blood and Crips, ignorant stuff. At least those fools are in their teens and early 20s and are not senior citizens." Another guy points out that most bikers, and we know this because this is the problem that Harley Davidson is having, that most bikers are reaching senior citizenship state. I hate to think this. My grandmother died at 56 years old. My father at 58, my mother at 54. I thought those people were old. Now that I'm 59, man, like, damn, my parents were really young when they died. But, and my grandparents, no, my grandfather lived to be 88. But the world I think of how the world sees a middle 50-some-year-old person. They see us as old. I'm a senior citizen. I hate it. I don't belong to AARP yet. Like, they started sending me that stuff at 50. Like, I refused. Do not send me this at 49 years old in my mail. Don't do that. The thing that one has to acknowledge is that we are not, as bikers, well, most of us are in our 50s and 60s. And when we get in prospects in right now, in order to be a lifer in my motorcycle club, you got to do 20 years. Now, some clubs, I understand, 10 years is a lifer. For us, 10 years, you get to retire in 10 years. 10 years of service in good standing. But 20 years is what it takes to be a lifer. We got so many guys coming into the club at 45. like there's been discussions like, bro, we need to change the lifer status down to 10 years. Because you're talking, I'll be 70 before I can be a lifer if I'm walking in the club at 50. We got way more 50-year-olds coming into the world as prospects than we do 20-year-olds. 20-year-olds find that they want to ride electric bikes and stuff and, do other things. Maybe this is a culture that's wrapping up anyway. We're seeing 60-year-old men getting snapped up for crimes that, my God, that 10 years to a 66-year-old, 70-year-old man, 10 years, just even 10 years, just even 5 years could be a life sentence. So one of the people pointed out rightfully that it's older people that are coming into the clubs in the first place. And why are we, as older people that should be leading the younger people, why are we older people still fighting like 20-year-olds? I don't know. I find myself down in the dragon's lair, punching on that damn bag every single day, trying to stay in a spot physically that I can knock a mofo out because I'm still in a young man's game. Patrick says I'm in my mid-50s and I have no intention of spending what time I have left in chains. I agree. Somebody asked me, did we ever visit Guam? Yes, we did visit Guam. Please remember from the audience, Guam is my home for 13 years. My MC culture is prominent. In Guam? When I was in Guam, I never even saw a motorcycle. So I don't know. Do you think the rules that are in force in Australia on bikers will come to the USA or UK? I absolutely do. And I'll tell you why. Because somebody else pointed this out. Before every election, they start with this mass shooting shit. Now a guy shot up something in Tulsa, and I was just in Tulsa. And I don't know if he used a long gun or not. I don't know if he had one. I really haven't seen the news. I've been trying to find my dog Braveheart. So, but I did see that flash by, this guy in Tulsa, and I called my friends in Tulsa to make sure, none of them were caught in that. And it becomes part of the narrative. And we bikers are becoming part of the damn narrative. Like, we don't have enough sense to shut it down. Like, there's no guiding COC or something that's pulling everybody together and saying, hey, long game. It's only a matter of time before they start saying, well, and look at them bikers too. During all this people shooting up school after school, mall after mall, and it's the so-called lone wolf, it's only a matter of time before law enforcement, press, media draws a nexus to the motorcycle clubs having shootouts on the goddamn highway. Like it's okay. And this isn't the only club. These ain't the only two. We had 2 1% clubs shooting it out on the freeway down in Florida. A girl got shot off the back of a motorcycle because, for all intents and purposes, for all we know, because one didn't pass the other one with respect. Well, I did the video passing 1%ers in other clubs. It's not like they didn't know any better. Everybody's seen the video. Yeah, even 1%ers have a way they pass each other. It's the same way we do. Unless one shows the other one disrespect. I don't have to acknowledge you. I'll just pass your ass. Then they shoot it out on the highway. It's crazy. It all happens in the motorcycle club. It all happens from disrespect. Somebody has an agenda to, and that's why I think motorcycle clubs need to get rid of assholes. But do you know why we keep assholes around? Because you need an asshole when you go to war. Because for the most part, assholes will fight. So we keep our assholes around in case we need them for war, not realizing that they're the ones that caused the wars. Just silly. Just damned silly. And people are not happy with it. I have one vet that said, I'm so glad to be a 99 percenter. Jose Sanchez says, on some real talk, bikers are mostly middle-aged men who made it this far. Why don't you guys cut the bullshit so you can grow old the right way, as opposed to being in prison or dead? I don't know why. Don't know why. Charlie Schrodinger said this. Regardless of the issues, and to be fair, motorcycle clubs are no different than any other organization or company. To be fair, they have issues, competition, infighting, etc. But regardless of that, he says, you don't disrespect people trying to honor our fallen military heroes in a veteran cemetery, and by doing that, disrespecting our vets. I don't care who you are. That's a punk move. If vets got angry enough over this, you'd find out real quick what true deadly violence looks like. These guys just playing little kid games by comparison. I'm a vet, a combat vet. I demand better of the great motorcycle clubs that we have in this country. Those cuts are to always be respected. Unfortunately, just not necessarily always the men wearing them. That's what people are saying. That's what people are saying. Nobody that's a veteran was impressed with what happened. Somebody sent me a message yesterday saying, uh, you seem to think this is funny. I said, no, I actually, I'm quite sickened by it. It really did upset me. It made me sick. But I have to keep a smile on my face to keep from screaming out, why don't you guys stop this? Well, I didn't realize that other folks were screaming out too, till I started looking at the comments, started looking at my emails, and started looking at, and it becomes this, man, I tell you what, when they start drawing this conclusion, as they're starting to try to get Americans to give up our guns, they start rolling it all into one. And you'll be the cause of your own you'll be the cause of your own kind of like self-fulfilling prophecy. So yes, Harry Loco, do I think that the rules that are in the force in Australia on bikers will come to the USA? I think they could, and most especially if you mess around and turn the average citizen in the United States against the biker. And the average citizen in the United States is not against the biker. I'm with you on that, Sniper 69. 10 years is not enough. I'm with you on that. Frost says, I had a probie come in at 57. Somebody says, I'm 20 in Norway. I can't get a Harley license until I'm 25. That sucks. You get them here at 16. If there's a Harley 125, I don't know if there's a 125 like version of a Harley. Like, do Harleys have dirt bike versions? But if you had a 125 Enduro Harley, you could actually ride that thing with a license at 16, at 14 in Oklahoma. So no need to talk this one to death. It is what it is. No need to talk this one to death. Someone said, because those of us raised the old school way with the old school values are less likely to just give up and drop what we believe in. We're raised to and follow our beliefs. And I'm thinking that I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean we're supposed to be shooting it out on the highway? I'm not far from you, Black Dragon. I get into trouble for busting knuckles. Terry, thank you for that wonderful donation. We appreciate that. Oh, it looks like Dibber's on. What's up, Dibber? How are you, sir? Good to see you. Dibber's Worldview. Dibber says, makes me pissed when I hear a veteran club member say we need a holes around for wartime. Well, we need assholes around for wartime. You understand what I'm saying when Dibber, absolutely. It does make you piss because it's the assholes, in my opinion, that start the wars. We need them around for wartime. We probably wouldn't have a war if they weren't around. Never allow anyone from gang world to enter your club. That brings the BS with them. Oh, that's a whole another issue that we could talk about. So let me show you this. I wanted to bring this up with this. Okay, where is that article? So this is what they do. This is what they do. This is how they recruit. I'm talking about the news and the media. This is how they recruit people to hate you. When they, I'm talking about the news media, law enforcement, these kinds of types. When we shoot ourselves up on the roads and all this, that, and the other. Thank you, Chris, for that wonderful donation. Thank you for that. I'm going to take those donations and add them to my Bravehearts fund. Outlaw Motorcycle Club membership rising at exponential rate, says the top biker cop. This is what's going on. This is how they promote off of our bad behavior. They terrify the public. And once they get the public afraid of you, bro, once they get the public afraid of you, right, then they can get the laws passed to get rid of you. Outlaw Motorcycle Club membership rising at an exponential rate, I'm sorry, says top biker cop. I don't know who the top biker cop is, but we're getting ready to find out. And this is my first time actually reading this article all the way through. I scanned it and I said, yeah, here we go. So the ranks of the outlaw motorcycle clubs are swelling across Ontario as support clubs expand and new ones are created to do the bidding of the main gangs and help insulate them from the law, the province's top biker cop says. So I can already tell you this is getting ready to be a focus on support clubs. And a lot of guys in the United States are in support clubs. Really, really tricky how they write these articles. It's man, these guys are good. These guys are good. How the hell can you lose your dog? I don't even want to talk about it. It's a complete ultimate failure on my part. But I did lose him. Bottom line. And anyone that can help me, I would certainly appreciate it. So the ranks of outlaw motorcycle clubs are swelling across Ontario as support clubs expand and new ones are created to do the bidding of the main gangs and help insulate them from the law. The province's top biker cop says. He says the warning from Detective Staff Sergeant Scott Wade, head of the OPP's Biker Enforcement Unit, comes days after a large convoy of Hell's Angels members and the supporters drove through London. And I actually have that video. This is it right here. So here's a video of a large convoy riding through London. They want to use this video to scare the shit out of you. Let's see. I got to put the speaker on internal so you guys can hear it. Hold on. Now, here we go. Now, that's interesting. That's interesting because was that a large convoy of? Let me see this again. A large convoy of Hell's Angels members and their supporters drove through London. Okay, because I was going to say I saw some motorcycles in there that I don't think would make it as Hell's Angels motorcycles. Like, don't you have to have a Harley or something? And to me, that wasn't like a large. That wasn't a large. Was that a large convoy? They could. And did you see one cut in there? You know, they could just actually show a group of people riding through on all these kinds of motorcycles, and everyone would believe that's a large convoy of Hell's Angels. Very interesting. And believe me, my club rides in large convoys. That wasn't a large convoy at all. That was a small spattering. But as a large convoy of Hell's Angels members and their supporters drove through London, Detective Staff Sergeant Scott Wade wants to warn you that we got problems on the horizon. We got problems that you guys ain't ready for. And he's going to tell you what they are. While the number of Hell's Angels and the number of outlaws remains relatively stable, well, man, you guys got to be able to read through the bullshit, right? He said in the beginning of this article, Outlaw Motorcycle Club membership is rising at an exponential rate. Then he comes down here and says, well, while the number of Hell's Angels and number of outlaws remains relatively stable, so their numbers ain't rising at all. Little bit different than this, little bit different than this, this headline would state. That's why people get mad and call us fake news. People who can read. People who can do 1 + 1 is 2. Outlaw Motorcycle Club membership rising at an exponential rate here. And then, no, actually, Outlaw Motorcycle Club numbers remain relatively stable. Okay. So it's not the clubs themselves. It's not the clubs themselves where the numbers are rising. We're going to find out that we just use that headline to bring you into the story. What we really want to tell you is that the rapid increase is basically in support clubs and support club members. So this would have probably been titled properly, Support Club Members of Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs are rising at an exponential rate. That would have been the truth. And the truth shall set. Somebody said, sounds like a little bamboozlement. Crazy Joe says, they bait you in. Exactly, Dibber. It's all about PR viewpoints. But they use our things against us. So he says we're seeing it in all areas of the province. Outlaw motorcycle gangs form and oversee support clubs, also known as puppet clubs, to carry out crimes, provide protection, and groom recruits. I have never called a support club a puppet club. And I would challenge somebody to go and say that to their face. It's basically outlaw motorcycle gang training ground, Wade said, of the support club system. Organized crime analyst, and let me tell you something. I don't know how it is in London, but there are a lot of people in the United States and in support clubs. In the United States, there's a lot of places where you can't open up a club unless it is a support club. But it's not a traditional support club. It's not a training ground. It's a little bit different the way the politics work over here. But you can see what they're saying. So they say basically it's a motorcycle training ground, motorcycle gang training ground, Wade said of the support club system. Organized crime analyst and author, oh hell, we got a writer, James Dubrow said members of support clubs typically are younger than their counterparts in the Hells Angels and the Outlaws motorcycle clubs. Yeah, a lot of them, I'm sure, want a life of crime, he said, of support club members. It's a good way of getting your feet wet. But these people don't know a damn thing about what they're talking about. Some support clubs started as independent, but were taken over by the larger clubs who commissioned the subordinates to carry out crimes such as arsons and homicides, Dubrow said. Theoretically, they have to prove themselves to be ruthless up to the standard, he said. The Hells Angels have dozens of support clubs across the globe. In London, where there are an estimated 12 full-patch members, the club is supported by the gatekeepers who have chapters in Middlesex, Elgin, and Perth countries, as well as Nova Scotia. The Outlaws, longtime rivals of the Hells Angels, are supported by the Black Pistons, who have a presence in southwestern Ontario, Wade said. Wade, whose joint forces unit works with the police forces and law enforcement agencies across the province to combat organized crime, said the recent growth of the outlaw motorcycle club members goes beyond Ontario. We've definitely noticed this as an intelligence trend, and not just in Ontario. It's across the country, he said. An exponential rate of growth. It's information we've shared with other police services, and they are seeing the same thing. On Saturday afternoon, dozens of motorcyclists, including patch-wearing members of the Hells Angels and gatekeepers, cruised through London, where some riders blocked traffic to ensure the convoy stayed together. You guys know whenever we do that, and I didn't know they did that in London too. My bros block traffic. That's what we do. You don't get to split up the pack. But they use that like we're some sort of criminals. A London police spokesperson confirmed that the force was aware of the weekend ride, but didn't offer any additional details because there was no additional details to offer. Wade said The so-called on-the-road rides are a common spring event, typically followed by a party to mark the beginning of the riding season. Project power. Instead of hang with the homies. Project power. They make us sound like United States Navy. We project sea power. So we do this to project power and demonstrate to the city that they're wearing their patch openly and promoting their gang color. The high visibility cruises themselves are not illegal, but blocking traffic is against the law and poses a danger to the public, said Wade, who offered advice to motorists who encounter a biker convoy. I wouldn't say people shouldn't be afraid, but what I would suggest is you're probably just best to wait and let it pass so you don't end up in the middle of a motorcycle convoy. Well, that's nice. That would be a safe thing to do for us, the bikers. We don't want you in the middle of our pack either. That's why we have blockers. Dibber said, yeah, we have blockers in the UK. We do that. So, this started as, this is the London Free Press. I thought this was like Ontario, Canada. Is there an Ontario in London too? In England too? I don't know. I know that's a stupid question, but I thought I was reading Canada, not England, but I guess I must be reading England. But you guys see that. You see the nexus, how they do that. So it's on you guys, man. Even in Malta, they have blockers on runs. I think, Dibber, it would be everywhere, right? Blockers and support vehicles sometimes. Absolutely. It's funny to me how packs move. And I've never been in Malta, and I've never ridden a motorcycle in London. I've never been in, but I absolutely understand how that works, and I could do it over there. I could be in the pack and drop and block, just like anyone, because that's how you move a pack. Is there a London in Canada? Did someone say that? It's London, Canada, London. I guess there could be. I don't know. I have no idea. Blockers and support vehicles. My old lady has blocked for us using a car before. Absolutely. What are the chances our Canadian folks are giving up their handguns? Boy, that's a whole new one. They're not asking you guys to give up your handguns. They're just saying we're going to stop the sale of any new ones. So if you got a handgun, you're lucky. Don't sell it. That's what I understood Trudeau to be saying. We're going to be. So I did not know that there was a London, Canada. No BD, it's London, Ontario, Canada. I had no idea. I thought London was in London. But we have some like new somethings like we have new places that are those places they have those names in Britain. Well, my geography is taking a real hit here, so we're not going to do this anymore. It is, you can see blockers in a big group ride videos on my channel. Dibber. Yeah. Dibber's Worldview. Yeah, you guys got to go check out his channel. But you can see blockers on his channel. Yes, London, Ontario, Canada. LOL, my grandfather was from, and my grandmother and uncle and dad are from London, England. Boy, you guys have really shown that the the weakness of Black Dragon today. In the Mecca of motorcycle clubs, SoCal, we block traffic. Yes, absolutely. That's where, of course, where I learned how to ride in the pack is in SoCal, Southern California. For those of you who don't know, SoCal. London is the name of the city. It's London, Ontario, Canada. The laughing trucker is laughing at me. Yes, Canada, not Great Britain. Okay. I feel better now. I thought I was reading Canada. Then they started talking all this London business. And I was like, So Trudeau is ruling by decree like a king, says Pablo Sluggo. Obviously, he can do that. Someone told me that they don't have the right to bear arms there. And man, these folks, they get it in their mind that they're going to do something, and the hell with everybody else. My old lady is a better blocker in her car than most people on their bikes. I have a feeling she doesn't care about getting a ticket. No, she cares about her husband in the pack, and she's willing to do what it takes to keep him safe. I'm in Vegas. Everyone has been grouping up over the last few weeks. Yeah, I imagine they are, because what's going on could break out into an all-out war up there. Yes, there are HAs in London, England. Yes. On my Dibber in the Wind channel. Oh, check out his. I didn't know that channel was still up, Dibber. So you left the channel up, but you're just not really doing anything on it much anymore. It's just going to flood the black market and make firearms hard for them to be traced than they already are. And Frost, it's going to put what would normally be law-abiding citizens in prison as federal felons, because yesterday you could buy a gun and today you can't. Just because we have blockers doesn't mean it's okay. Almost every state has laws written in such a manner that makes it illegal to block traffic. Only a matter of time before they enforce those rules. You know, they're never going to enforce those rules when you got 100 brothers rolling through a city. They're not going to enforce those rules. They're just going to get mad. They're not messing with that many bikers. It ain't happening. There's a few Londons in America too. Ohio, Arkansas, and Kentucky. You felt it necessary to do that to me, did you, Caro? I knew that. No, really, I do remember hearing of a London something here in America a long time ago. Blocking is fine. Don't be surprised when someone wants their right of way more than their health. And we've all been through that, diddly squat. All clubs have actually seen this weird dude that's going to cut in no matter what and almost run your brothers over. Like, dude, was it that important? Please go on before you get your head beat in. I'm still putting up videos there, just no more videos about club protocols. Got you. That's Dibber. I think when they came to naming cities, they ran out of names and reused London. Dibber's diversifying his channel, which is smart. The MC protocol game, so many people are getting into it that us that have been into it for a while are looking for other places to go. And let the young guys talk about MC protocol since they know more than everybody else about it. Everyone seems to be teaming up against the 81. That's because, like, they're probably one of the most, if not the most famous club out there, right? And when you're on the top, people are coming. And I don't mean on the top, I don't want to get the email. I'm no fanboy or anything like that, but when you have the biggest name, they're coming after you. And I think arguably I would say they have the biggest name. That was the first name I ever heard as a kid growing up. I didn't even know that, for instance, there were black 1%ers until I got into motorcycle club world. Did I even know that there were any black kinds of Hells Angels type motorcycle clubs? So, when you got the big name, they're coming for you. That's the problem with having the biggest name. Black Dragon Lives channel, appreciate your effort to bring us biker news and my opinion. This is not just a news channel. I bring my opinion as well. Black Dragon, get over it. We never stop learning. Thank you, Aunt Squirrely. Auntie Squirrely. There is also an Ontario, California that confuses people. There's also an Ontario, Canada, maybe you're saying, that confuses people thinking I'm saying Ontario, Canada. Oh, there is an Ontario, California. There sure is. I've been there. Got you. Where submarines are built, New London. See, that's the new. I was trying to think of the new. I was stationed in New London. Oh my gosh. And this is funny. I never drew the nexus like this was named after London. I was just in New London. New London, Connecticut. And that's because we didn't really call it New London. We called it Groton, Groton. But because New London was really across the water from Groton. So the way you could be stationed on the Groton side of the sub base or the New London side, I guess they had some submarines over there in case someone like bombed the river or whatever. You couldn't just like trap us in. I think that's what it was. Canada has millions of long guns and handguns already owned by their citizens who hunt, protect, target, practice. Trudeau is whack and woke. Yeah, and the boss in charge too. So his whack woke agenda will be the agenda. It seems. Some popo get in their feelings and are bored and decide to want to say something about blockers. Happened to a group I was writing in North Carolina a few months ago. Every now and then they'll pull the blockers over. We keep rolling down the street and assign new blockers. And when those blockers get their tickets, they catch up to the pack. It's just that simple. You know, everybody knows what to do and they just fall in. Cops block for funerals, processions. So F the dumb laws. If it's good for them, it's good for me. If it keeps the pack safe, that's what I want to do, guys. People jumping into the pack is the reason why I love my get back whip. Absolutely. Except that they are illegal in California now. Too many people going over the same old ground, wanting to trying to buck over it. It's all getting very old and boring, hearing the same old thing over and over again from a different mouth and a different face. Absolutely, Dibber. I feel the same way, especially when they're redoing my videos to do it. And then not even mentioning my name when they redo my videos. Then I go look at all my videos and I go look at all theirs, and they just went across my channel and did all my videos just to better music. They sell diamond and known associate patches. Marketing has its consequences. Oh, that's a whole different thing that we could get into and talk about for another hour. Has anyone ever seen or heard of a 1% support sport bike club? Yes, absolutely. In the United States, there are several of them. Absolutely. And there are some 1%er clubs over here that started their own 1% sport bike spinoffs in order to get the young guys in and get them trained up for when they're ready to move over to their Harleys and stuff. And I promise you, if you join a club like mine, you will have a Harley or something like one, whether it's a Goldwing or something. You will have a road bike. Most of my club are on Harleys. Now, we all started out on race bikes, and I'd say 95% of my club rides Harleys. And that the reason for that is there's a few reasons. One is that we do big rides. We typically in my club, you're going to ride 1,000 miles a day. So that's about 16 hours or so, maybe a little more, a little less. My club rides cross country big time. And but we do have a contingent, those Riverside boys that are they're going to stay on them bent over. They're going to stay bent over. They just rode across the country yet again on those crotch rockets. President up there and those guys are just full crotch rocket cats. That Riverside chapter, and they're gonna stay on them rockets, man. It's funny. and they ride them suckers. California to Atlanta, Georgia, Macon, over to the East Coast. They do that, and I ain't mad at them. I just ain't the one. The national president of my motorcycle, the father of my motorcycle club, the guy who started it all, 74 years old, still on a Hayabusa. I don't ever see him coming off of that thing, and you don't really want to mess with him out there on it because he will leave you sitting. But you will see most of the guys in my club will move, and they're going to get within a year. They come to the club. That's why we don't really enforce it. Like, oh, you got to have a Harley, because they're going to move to a Harley. And there's like about 3 reasons why. One is it's going to be a bike that can carry you across country. You can put all your shit on it. 2, Harley has a Harley Davidson dealer every 22 feet, damn near. And they have these packages that they bought. And the way the packages work is, I guess if you're out on the road traveling and your Harley breaks down, they will put you in the front of the line and fix your bike immediately and then get you on the road. And since there's a Harley Davidson dealer in every city, sometimes 2 or 3 or 4, then why wouldn't you get that bike? It's gonna, there's going to that's why they get them. Vernon says there's no subs in New London. I thought there were, Vernon. When I was stationed there, I thought so, but I could be wrong. That was some 30 years ago. I could have sworn there were subs over there. I'm going to get along by myself. I'm going to get along by myself. Time for me and the old lady to ride. Too much BS and attention. Also, you're not going to be in a club, I think you're saying. I have seen more Boost Fighter clubhouses popping up lately. Boost Fighters are doing their thing. So anyway, we're at an hour now. I wanted to talk to you guys about those things, and I wanted to let you guys know I can't even tell you how many bad letters and text messages and things I got. I'm hoping that we can get our act squared away, man. It would be cool if we could. And you can see how they use our bad acts and stuff to recruit the citizens to hate us and fear us, mostly fear us. So, man, if we got graybeards leading these clubs, graybeards need to act like graybeards and keep us off the BS. We are a blocker-based riding group. We do full promotions for events, memorial and charity rides, and blockers free for all. We are the support riders, soft curlers only, never ever trying to act like anything else but support for the cause, nonprofit. There's a blocker-based riding group that just your motorcycle club rides and they block? Wow. I don't think my brothers would allow such a thing, but hey, that would be cool. Especially if we put you like in our t-shirts. that would be cool. All we got to do is just ride back and then you got these blockers just rolling past and blocking the freeway and stuff. And wow, hey. I'm not proud. I don't have any pride like that. And hey, man, do that thing. Let me turn my music up. Shoot. Oh my goodness. I'm not too proud for that. I don't have to put my motorcycle out there and hope to God some asshole doesn't hit it. Hey. Dibber says they've done all of our videos. Yeah, Dibber, they have. And they're proud about it. And they won't even give us any credit for it. I got this from Black Dragon. No, instead they want to claim that They know it all with 6 years of experience in the club. You know me. And so the last thing I'll ever do is a video where I'm absolutely kissing those folks' ass. That won't happen. You won't see a video like that come from Black Dragon. Nor will you see one like that come from Dibber. I can already speak for him on that. You know, your show has come a long way, brother. Hey, last week, Harley out of Lancaster, California, had a barbecue and the Black MC set rolled out. I've noticed Lancaster has attracted a few more Black motorcycle clubs lately. You know, we're starting to get out. And I want to thank the Harley Davidson dealer over there in Slidell for taking care of me and my brothers last weekend when we went to Slidell to bury our dead. And they rolled out the carpet for us like they always do. They fed us over there. And, man, all the motorcycle clubs that were over there, everybody getting along. So we want to definitely thank Harley over there for how they've treated us. If you're interested, I have a video idea. I've been wondering what happens when there's a mutiny in the club, specifically when you don't agree with the mutineers. Oh, I can make that video all day long. I may have already made some. Do we have a chapter in Indiana? There. I don't know. There might be a new one. I've heard something that, I'm not in the day-to-day operations of the club particularly anymore. Why don't you send me an email, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com, and I will find out. The club is growing so big so fast now, I don't even know what the hell's going on. So send me an email there, and I will find out if we have something in Indiana for you. A whip that don't come off ain't nothing but a tassel. Might as well be pink. Is somebody yeah, that's not a whip. That's a tassel. Wow. Somebody said, wow. A blocker-based riding group. Nice. I think it's nice. Shoot, man. You could just call up every club. Hey, you guys need some blockers? You know, as a matter of fact, we do. Somebody says that would be one club everyone plays nice with. Oh, yes, absolutely, Ann Squirrely. Absolutely. How could you not like those guys? We'll block for you. Don't pay attention to the trolls, Black Dragon, and soon to pay no attention to 1%ers. We're ashamed because they cut the way. Let's see here. Frost, SQMC on the blockers. Most definitely did that. I think that's really cool. All right. You guys are hitting. Okay. I actually made it to the end of my comments. Yeah. And here's the end of the comment. Y'all need to hit the block button. I mean, did I say that? Y'all need to hit the like button. Only 65 so far. Come on, y'all. Hit the 200. Hit the like button, please, people. Okay. So that's it for me today. 1 hour. I appreciate you guys. I want to say thank you for all of your love and support, and remind you that you guys should get my books. This is the Sergeant at Arms Bible, how to be a Sergeant at Arms or even an enforcer, National Sergeant at Arms. This will tell you a lot about leadership, rules, enforcing rules and discipline and that sort of thing, and how to do it with style and grace and intelligence. Also, how to back your bylaws and support the bylaws and how to make your bylaws work. This is the Public Relations Officer's Bible, which teaches you how to do effective public relations for your motorcycle club, especially in what's going on right now out here in the world. As you can see, outlaw motorcycle clubs are getting bigger. Well, the numbers are the same, but the support clubs are getting bigger. You got to be able to fight that kind of stuff. And this is a book that will teach you how to do that. Also, this is the hardcover of the President's Bible, the hardback, which you can get on Amazon and Kindle. You can get the paperbacks from me at blackdragonsgear.com. All my books are available as you get the autographed copies from me over at blackdragonsgear.com. Public Relations Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, Prospects Bible. And then we have Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs. I should show you that one, but it's not here. And the President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership, teaches you the 14 scientific principles of leadership, the rules of the 3 Ps. You actually get to learn from Grandpa Sten. Grandpa Sten was my best friend's grandfather, whom I never met, but he taught him so much about leadership. And I worked with this guy for 14 years. And when we were together and I was a national president, he would always talk to me about Grandpa Sten. So much so, I felt like Grandpa Sten had raised me. And I used a lot of Grandpa Sten's trainings, even though I never once met Grandpa Sten. And we taught the 14 scientific principles of leadership, the principles of justice, judgment, dependability, initiative, decisiveness, tact, integrity, enthusiasm, bearing, and selfishness, courage, knowledge, loyalty, and endurance. And if you're running your motorcycle club as a president, according to those 17 principles of scientific principles of motorcycle club leadership, or leadership in the military, or any kind of leadership, those 14 scientific principles will help you run an incredible organization. Written by Black Dragon, who was once a national president. So, Chronicle 1. There are 6 chronicles to this series. This is Chronicle 1. I can't believe I got 5 more of these to write. I promise you, however, they won't be 450 pages ever again. This is the biggest book I'm ever going to write. This was like birthing a damn baby. But it's all here, man, for you. Get those books. Get you one. Get you one. Look here, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And hit that share button. Do it, man. Just do it. We have Black Dragon Biker TV on Instagram. Black Dragon Biker TV on Facebook. Actually, it's just Black Dragon Biker over there. We have Black Dragon Biker TV on TikTok. And I'm proud to say on TikTok now we are over 35,000 subscribers. We are over 35,000 subscribers over there. I can't believe it. 35,700. We'll be at 34,000 here pretty soon. Over 237,000 likes. And we have had, just in the last week alone, 4 million views. 4 million people have watched us over there in the last week alone. Is that crazy? So I'm sending some of my TikToks over here. You'll be able to find them here on the YouTube channel. It's hard to get people to cross platforms. People who like you on TikTok, they stay on TikTok. People who like you on Instagram, they stay on Instagram. People who like you on YouTube, stay on YouTube. It's kind of hard to get people to cross platforms. But go over to all the platforms and like us anyway. Cool? Cool. All right. Somebody said I stay banned on Facebook. Absolutely. Gotta meet for the signed copies, Black Dragon. You buy my books. Thank you, Harley House, man. I appreciate that. To have Harley House 76 over here. Harley House is another TikTok dude. He's big on TikTok. And you guys got to go check out Harley House. He's got the Talk Shit Spit Blood t-shirts, which he sent me one. Completely, totally cool. So if you guys do TikTok, go check out Harley House over there. You will like his content. And of course, Danny Delo's over there. Danny Delo is the reason I got my big start on TikTok. I have to give him his credit for that. I believe in giving credit where credit is due. I believe in giving credit. That's why I always give Dibber his credit. He's the grandfather of this genre. There were just a few people that may be around before Dibber, like Ninja Dad, but he disappeared. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. And then there was a guy named Goldie that was out back then, and he disappeared. He was one of the big guys in the beginning, but Dibber was the biggest. So I give everybody their credit because I believe it's important. They have already taken gun rights away from clubbers in Texas. Why not the rest of the country? It will happen. Yes, unconstitutional, but the government gets away with it. Well, it's the government. They have the power. Also, Merlin is over on TikTok. You guys got to go check out Merlin's TikTok. What is your TikTok name over there, Merlin? Hold on, I got it right here. PCA _Merlin and Patriot Crusaders is Merlin's organization. So PCA _Merlin, you got to check him out over there on TikTok as well, because he, Merlin is my executive producer, so he's doing his stuff as well. Dibber was even on VHS. He is the real OG. Was he on VHS? On VHS, Dibber says, laughing my ass off. I was on the old MSN groups and ran one of the biggest on MSN groups. Yeah, Dibber wasn't on VHS. That's so ugly. Anyway, we are on our way out of here, guys. I want to thank you for joining in. See you tomorrow. Black Dragons, the Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos is our online podcast. We are simultaneously podcasting right now. You can see that you can hear this whole thing on podcast and download it. That's the podcast application that's running. Man, to have all this stuff, you guys remember I was just walking around with a damn cell phone. And now we've got all kinds of equipment and stuff, and I wish I could just get back out there with the cell phone. But anyway, that's the Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, wherever you get, wherever you get your podcast from. We also invite you to go to Black Dragons Biker News. It's bikerliberty.com. This is our online motorcycle news paper. So you can see all of these articles that we have that we've written. And you guys can go over there and stay up on stuff that we don't talk about over here. You can see it over there. All those kinds of news articles and things. So we got you. We got you for a podcast, The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. We got you biker news on Black Dragon Biker News. Biker news you can trust on our bikerliberty.com. See, we got you right there. We've got you on TikTok. We've got you on Facebook. We've got you on YouTube. And we've got you on Instagram. What? I mean, geez. Come on. Give us something here. And then we got the books. All we need is some gear. I need some T-shirts and stuff. And we just have it all. All right. Thank you, guys. Dibber said, oh, my gosh. Dibber says, even I'm upgraded now. He's got the GoPro Hero 10. And that is the bad boy. I've got 8s. I got GoPro 8s. He's got the 10. And that thing does everything. It even broadcasts live on YouTube. It does everything. So, yeah, man, we're stepping up. We're stepping up the game. We're old guys stepping up the game to be running with you young folks. So y'all are watching, listen. Hey, we're doing it. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents down in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in. Dragon, the city is London, and the province is Ontario. The country is Canada. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate that. My people know everything. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Okay, here. Let's check this out real quick. You know, I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me. You know, some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around him. He's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah, so I'm gonna do me some. You guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company, I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it, and it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and you know, I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods. They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's, they say, we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you, and first responders, so if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send, you can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. And if you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, they send, you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which helps keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us. And of course, you guys know I love these rings. My sister accused me of having demonic rings. How you gonna accuse me? She told me she was terrified of my rings, and she said each ring was more demonic than the one that I would previously put on. Each one was more terrifying than the previous one. And I don't understand how she could say that about my rings. My rings are cool. You know, you gotta use some cool rings if you're you know, these are my rings, man. So if you like rings, like I like rings, biker rings, you can go here to Gothic Rings, gthic.com. Just like with the soap company, if you use your discount code of Black Dragon, you get you a very cool discount, 20% in this case. I like the Medusa ring, man. They got some very cool rings here. They got Masonic rings, you know. So use these folks. They got pewter and all kinds of stuff, silver, actual silver in these rings, and they've got stainless steel rings. Man, their rings are the bomb. I like them. I wear them. So get you some. Get you some, man. Get you some.